Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ladette, and in this channel we talk about ways that you can embark on your wellness journey, ways that you can, discover yourself, things that you like, how to actually enjoy being on a health and wellness journey, etc, etc, etc. So in today's video we are going to talk about 7 different ways that you can get started on your wellness journey, and this really is for anyone who is looking to start a fitness journey, to start a nutrition journey. Maybe it is a mindset journey, maybe you want to be nicer to yourself, like literally anything that has to do with the umbrella of your well-being. So how you show up for yourself, how you take care of yourself, all of that. And I have my list because I just want to make sure that I don't miss anything. And really, I would say that the first half of this, yes, there is kind of a particular order, but a lot of it you can kind of do simultaneously, and it's not really that big of a deal if you do one out of order. But the first thing I would highly recommend doing when you want to start your wellness journey is getting clear on what you want. Getting super clear on what you want. So do you want to live to 100? I don't know, that might sound random, but some of you might. I know I do. I want to live past 100 years old. Maybe you want to lose 20 pounds. That's okay. Maybe you want to transition more into a plant-based diet because you feel like you need to include more fruits and veggies in your daily consumption, right? So get super clear on what you want, because without that, then it kind of is harder to do all of the other things. So know what you want. And then the other biggest thing is knowing your why. So in addition to being clear on what it is that you want to get out of your wellness, why do you want that? And this is really big, because if your why is off, if your why is, because of someone else, if your why has anything to do with something outside of you, then it's gonna be really difficult to be on this wellness journey, and it's gonna be difficult for you to stay true to yourself and to really have the intention and the motivation to continue and genuinely make it a lifestyle. Because if you're doing something because someone else told you to do it, it's not gonna last. And if you're doing something because you want to impress somebody, or because you want to get back at someone, like say you want to lose weight because you're trying to get your revenge body, yes, that may be enough motivation to actually lose the weight or whatever it is, but the why then becomes disingenuous. The why becomes, outside of you. You're not doing it because you love yourself and because you know you deserve to be the happiest, healthiest version of you, but because you're trying to make it about someone else or something else. And it's just not genuine. I really don't know how else to say it. Like, whatever your goal is needs to be because you love yourself, and it's because it's for you, not your family, not your friends, not even your kids, not your job, not your employer, not your employees. Like, it has to be for you. So if you're not there yet, then I would even encourage you to pause this video. I can make another video on how to actually create goals that are for yourself, and how to check yourself, like how to get yourself to a place where you know that you're doing something because it's for you. If you're not there yet, go and reflect, go and maybe take a walk, go outside, get a journal, and just write about it. Like, go deep, meditate on it and figure out why is it that you're maybe doing things on behalf of others and not yourself, okay? And that's some tea for you right there. Anyway, so know what your why is. Start small. So a lot of times we get so excited, and I know that I'm guilty of this. Like, anytime I want to start something new, I want to go in. Like, I want change right away. Like, I want to go in and I want to do all the work and, the same day. And then the next day, I want to reap the benefits. Like, I want to see the fruits of my labor grow in under 24 hours. And I have to check myself and be like, girl, that is so unrealistic. Like, anytime you start something new or you're creating new change, give it time. Give it time to blossom. Give it time to come into fruition. Give it time to really grow. And you can't expect something to change overnight. And that's another thing. Like, how good would you really feel if something that you started, you saw the results of it the next day? It wouldn't feel as meaningful. It would feel like too easy, right? We need to feel like the work that we're putting in is coming back to us in a way that reflects the work that we've put in a way where we can be like, wow, all this work I've done over time has been for something. Like, that's what truly motivates you. You don't want something to be necessarily too easy or come into fruition for you too quick. So what I want to say is, don't make it a crazy goal. Don't make it something that, you know, is going to feel unrealistic for you and even make you tired if you think about it. Because if it's something that you feel like you have to do overnight, you're gonna wear yourself out. So start small. If you're wanting to transition into a plant-based diet, for example, then maybe instead of just switching to plant-based foods overnight, start with replacing whole milk with almond milk. Start with replacing, you know, dairy with dairy-free alternatives. So instead of using, I don't know, American cheese, use the dairy-free version. Or instead of eating ice cream that has whole milk in it, use, you know, ice cream that uses coconut milk or almond milk or whatever it is. Same thing with yogurt. Like, you can substitute whatever yogurt you normally eat with the dairy-free yogurt. Like, what is it called? Silk? So there's a brand, I don't know. I'll include it in the description that I like using. Can't remember it, but it's dairy-free. Everything is literally dairy-free. So don't overwhelm yourself and try to like create these changes overnight when you don't have to. You don't do that to yourself. Start easy, start simple, allow yourself to see how you feel with those little changes, and then continue adding on to that and build momentum in that way. You know, same thing for the gym. If your goal is, you know, you want to lose 20 pounds, whatever it is, you want to slim down a little bit, start small. Don't tell yourself you have to lose all of that weight, all of that 20 pounds in a month, because that's probably not going to happen. And that's such an unhealthy and unloving way to do that to yourself, because you're forcing your body to change. And what you're really doing when you want to change that fast is you're basically putting out there to the universe that you really dislike your body, that you hate your body so much you're willing to do anything to just get that extra weight off of you, when being on this wellness journey really means that you love yourself and you're showing yourself compassion and you're allowing your body the time and space that it needs to change. And sometimes it's more than a month. You know, you gotta be kind to yourself and realistic with yourself as well when it comes to physical changes. So if your goal is to lose the weight, then maybe make it about, I don't know, the number is going to be so different for everyone, right? But instead of 20 pounds in 1 month, maybe it's 20 pounds in 6 months. Maybe it's giving yourself just more time. And maybe it's also measurements. Like, instead of tracking the number on the scale, which I highly discourage, you know, doing that all the time anyway, do measurements. Get a measuring tape and maybe measure, you know, your whatever part of your body you want to measure once every month. Because if you do it every month and you know that you're putting good foods into your body, you're moving your body, that number is gonna change regardless. So be kind to yourself and start small. Okay, going into point number 4, try new things and give it time. So I know I kind of already talked about giving things time, but I really want to encourage you to try new things. So whatever it is that's getting you excited about taking care of your well-being, about taking care of your health, your mind, your spirit, whatever it is, try new things and get excited about it. You don't have to commit to the same thing for the rest of your life. I know that when we talk about wellness, we say, you know, make it a lifestyle, right? Like taking care of yourself, eating healthy, you know, exercise, all should be a lifestyle, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to stick to one particular thing for the rest of your life. You can try different things. You can have different phases. You can alternate between things that you like, things that you don't like. You know, in another video, I talked about how the last 10 years, my main way of exercise and moving my body was through strength training, and how recently I've discovered that I don't really like strength training right now. Maybe I will in another couple years, in another couple months, who knows? But in this place in my life, like, I'm really loving yoga. I'm really loving, you know, doing hip stretches. I'm really loving, because we carry a lot of emotion in our hips, by the way. I'm really liking the, you know, hip movements, because I'm trying to release all that stuff. Like, I do not want to hold on to any past traumas. I don't want to hold on to any past emotions. And I know that our hips store all of that. And the reason why they're so tight is because of it. And so right now, my priority is releasing some stuff that maybe I don't even realize I hold on to subconsciously. And so that's okay, right? Like, just because I've done strength training the past 10 years and exercise is my lifestyle doesn't mean I have to be held down by strength training. I can do yoga, I can go for daily walks, I can do stretches throughout the day in my apartment. Like, I don't have to be constrained, and I want to encourage you to do the same. Like, try different things. If you're not liking something that you're doing, then try something else. If maybe plant-based isn't for you, but you're curious about being on a vegetarian diet, try that. Like, don't stick to one thing. Your wellness journey should be something fun. It should be exciting. You should be experimenting. I mean, there's hundreds and thousands of ways, literally, that you can take care of yourself, that you can take care of your mind, your body, your health, your spirituality, your emotional well-being, etc. So don't limit yourself. And I think that's why we get so bored. We get bored because we do the same thing over and over and over again. And part of it, I think, when we're not seeing results gets discouraging, yes, but I think a really big part of it is that there's just so much to explore. And when we're constantly being stimulated with new things and new information, it's exciting. So make it exciting and make it fun, okay? So number 5, reflect on how you feel. This is a big one because when you're trying something, when you're whatever it is, right, when it comes to your health, you want to pay attention to how it's making you feel. Don't just go and start, a new wellness journey or whatever, a new diet or I don't know, a new fitness program without actually reflecting. And this really does kind of tie into mindfulness as well, like paying attention truly to how what it is that you do makes you feel. How do you feel when you're having a stressful day? And then how do you feel after you went on a walk after having that stressful day? How do you feel when you ate, dairy, right? For example, versus how you feel after transitioning into that plant-based diet. When you pay attention to how you feel, that is incredibly motivating because you can see, oh, I feel like I have a lot more energy, so I need to keep doing what it is that I did, this morning, right? Like I had a smoothie, for example, and it had kale and it had spinach, and I just felt so good. Like I felt so energetic, so maybe I should do that again, right? Versus, maybe you have a pizza. This is a super easy example, but say you have a pizza and you're just like, oh my God, I actually feel really bloated, like I'm paying attention and I feel sluggish right now and I don't really feel that good. Maybe I shouldn't eat pizza, and maybe I can. Maybe next time instead of eating 3 slices, I just have 1. Or maybe 2, right? Just little things like that, because you don't have to completely stop the things that you're doing, but creating that mindfulness and that awareness of how certain things make you feel is empowering, because then you know exactly how your body is responding to what it is that you're doing. Your body is always talking to you, it's always communicating with you, and it's a matter of you pausing throughout your day intentionally and just listening to what it has to say, because it'll guide you also, and it'll tell you, what is and what is not right for you. So make intentional time, it can be once a week, a super quick check-in with yourself. You can literally even just ask yourself, how do I feel this week? How did this week go and how do I feel? And journal about it, or just think about it. But really, I highly recommend journaling, because then you can see how you're feeling over time. Like, I am a big advocate of writing down how you're feeling, what you're experiencing, because you're releasing it from your mind. But it is also kind of nice to look back at your progress, especially on days that are harder to just look back and be like, look at where I was and where I'm at now. Like, look at what I've been able to overcome. Look at how much progress I've made in my life. I'm so proud of myself, So definitely document, your experience and reflect. Number 6, my favorite, give yourself a shout out. Give yourself a freaking shout out when you notice change, when you feel like you're noticing the differences, right? When you're like, oh my gosh, I have more energy, or wow, my skin is clearing up, or oh my God, my endurance is like increasing, or oh my God, my mindset just feels so much better. Like I'm just manifesting things more quickly. People are being nicer to me. Like whatever it is that you're doing, when you start to notice change in your life, whether it's internal or external, as a result of how you're showing up for yourself in your wellness journey, give yourself that shout out. It's definitely nice when other people, motivate you and encourage you, and when they compliment you, which will happen when you're taking care of yourself. Naturally, people are going to be like, oh my God, your skin is glowing, or they may be like, oh my gosh, you look amazing. Like whatever it is, like by nature, you're going to get those compliments, but your wellness journey, it shouldn't be because of that, right? Like your wellness journey is about you. It's not because of maybe the compliments that other people are going to give you. So do it for yourself, be so genuine and so kind to yourself, and compliment yourself when you're showing up for yourself, when you're taking care of yourself, and when you notice the change, because you will, especially internally. Like, depending on what it is that you're starting, what it is that you're doing, and how often you're doing it, you're gonna notice those internal changes. It may take longer to see the external changes. If, for example, part of your wellness journey is getting back into shape, maybe it's shedding some extra pounds, maybe it's bulking up, maybe it's getting toned, and those sometimes take a little bit longer to see, right? Because you have to give your body time to physically change. But you'll notice the changes internally for sure, no matter what it is that you're doing. You just feel like a different person. You feel brand new, you feel happier, you feel so much more connected to yourself and who you are and to the world, and you will notice those changes. So when you do, compliment yourself. You deserve to love yourself. You deserve to compliment yourself. Don't be weird about it. Don't tell yourself, oh my gosh, like, it's awkward saying nice things to myself. I know that it is, but just do it. If it's hard for you to say it out loud, just write it on a little sticky note, like, I'm proud of you. Put it on your mirror or put it on your laptop or whatever it is. Write it in your notes on your phone, like, wow, I love that I have been so consistent with myself. This is awesome. Just put it somewhere, put it somewhere that you're just so grateful for yourself, because the most encouraging thing is the kind words that you tell yourself. And that might sound contradicting to some, but truly, there's nothing more motivating, in my opinion, than the nice words that you say to yourself, because that's genuine. Only you of all people actually know what it is that you're going through. Only you of all people know the work that you're putting in to change as a person, to have this better life and to be happier. So the most genuine compliments you can get is from the person who knows what you're really going through, and that's yourself. So that's what I have to say about that. And then the final thing that I have to say when it comes to starting your wellness journey is make whatever change that you're doing your identity and who you are, rather than just a goal, that's like an end goal. So sometimes, we have these goals and we say, like, I want to get in shape, or I want to, maybe I want to start meditating. I want to do a 30-day meditation challenge, right? And, by the end of that deadline that we give ourselves, we may see those results, but that shouldn't be where it ends, if that makes sense. Instead of setting an end date when it comes to your health and wellness, when it comes to your, your nutrition, whatever it is, make it about it being who you are. Make it your identity, rather than just setting an expiration date on it. And this really does tie into the whole, what exactly is it that you want? The first tip that I gave, getting clear on what you want. And it also really ties into knowing what your why is, because if you genuinely care about living a healthy lifestyle, there is no end goal. This becomes who you are. So you become a person who regularly shows up for themselves when it comes to putting good foods into their body. You become a person who, it's a non-negotiable. You have to get your exercise in, whether it is just a 5-minute stretch every day, whether it's a full-blown workout at the gym, whatever it is, you show up. Now, how long you show up for in that specific day does not necessarily matter. The point is that you show up for yourself. So make whatever change you're creating your identity, rather than just making it be an end goal. If it's an end goal, then it's easier to not hold yourself accountable. It's easier to miss days. It's easier to not show up for yourself, versus if it's your identity, this is who you are. You're not gonna make an excuse, Yes, life happens. Sometimes you may miss a day. You're not gonna be perfect in this journey, in your whatever meditation challenge, in your journaling challenge, in your fitness challenge, in your whatever it is that you're doing for your nutrition. You will miss days, and that's okay. But because it's your lifestyle, you're always gonna get back to it. You're always gonna get back on track, because it's who you are. It's not an end goal. And so that's all I have in this video. Those are my 7 tips on starting your wellness journey. I hope that really resonates with you guys. I hope that someone is able to, that you're able to find something really valuable within that list. But yes, just get clear on what you want and get clear on what your why is, because that's really going to dictate how you do everything else. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. I am new to YouTube, so I would really appreciate the support, especially just starting out, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.